There's a good chance you're on this list, so let's start with a group you'll only see online since I don't believe they go outside. We have the down bad ones, and this is where the white knight comes in full force. And I'm personally a big advocate for living in the truth, and when I see this group excusing awful behavior and they really think it's gonna get them a date, the reality is the white knight is generally a loser that thinks being an overly nice pushover is the secret to getting the girl. But imagine if they did go out in public, it would probably go a little like this. Yeah, sorry, we're all out of wheat bread, so you'll have to pick something else.
My lady deserves the best of your wheat bread. How dare you deny her it?
Alright, bozo, go home. We're not gonna serve you. Then we have the simps, which is pretty much the white knight on steroids. These are the dudes who think giving a girl money will make her fall in love with them.
I love you.
This is a group that made selling your body online a more profitable and accessible thing than ever, which is a sad reality since, let's be real, you don't end up doing that without something going wrong in your life.
Haha, I got the perfect message here.
Hey, Gerald, how do we respond to this loser?
I got it.
Also, anyone who bought this girl's bathwater, you belong on a watch list since that is another level of down bad. But yet again, what are you gonna expect from coomers? I mean, these people are so addicted to lust that they're literally rotting their brain from the inside out. I mean, I can only imagine this to be their mind.
Yo, bro, she released the bathwater. I gotta buy it before it sells out.
I'm sorry guys, I can't do this. It's too pathetic. I mean, look at this. What even is this world? But let's move on to the ones that lack self-awareness. Starting with a hot take, the victim. And before anyone gets heated, yo, hear me out. Since what I'm thinking is probably not what you imagine. So what I mean by this is the people who take all their current problems and blame it on past perpetrators, which in result takes your problem and puts it in a place that cannot be solved. And since if you don't take responsibility for your mind in its current state, once you disown the issue, it can't be solved. So you gotta accept the fault for your current situation in order to fix it. Don't let a bad person keep you down long after they're gone. Wake up, bro. I really hate to see you like this, dude. The past is gone, it's time to let go of it. And the people who block complete lanes in the grocery store with their carts really grind my gears. And now I'm gonna play my first YouTube short I've ever made to give you a hint of what the next part is. So every time I go to the store, I get done shopping, I put my groceries away, and then I grab every single cart I see, and I put it away. The ones that leave their carts out in the parking lot. Also, might as well lump the people who don't re-rack their weights at the gym in this as well, because I'm sure they're the same people. Since it's just a major lack of care for others, and I'd like to believe that they're just unaware of their own actions. The whole forgive others for they don't know what they do, or maybe this dude will get you, I don't know.
I work for the Cart Narcs, not for...
What is Cart Narc?
So what we do is we take folks who maybe make a little mistake in life and we help guide them in the proper path.
So putting that on my car is the right path?
Well, yeah, because otherwise you were going to leave.
Oh no, how about the ones that are self-defeating? And I'm gonna be real, if your own mind is telling you that you're a bad person, then there's a very good chance you might be, and that's okay. Back in the day when I was very unhealthy, I did mushroom therapy, and the main message I got from that experience was that I had an internalized sense of being a burden that was being reinforced and proven true by being a depressed person, since my lack of self-care led others to be stressed out about my well-being. And on top of that, I lived on my mother's, not working and trying to pursue this whole YouTube thing, but in reality I wasn't really working towards it like I should have been. So in return, at that time, my actions indeed did make me a burden.
So as you mentioned in the past, you were on the wrong path for a long time. What would you say was the moment that changed that?
Well, it wasn't just one moment, but if I had to pinpoint a defining change of thought, it was the moment I realized all my problems were self-inflicted, and no one else is gonna save me besides me. I'm a firm believer that you follow suit with whatever you believe yourself to be.
You are a bad person.
Yo, shut up. I mean, that's really what the law of attraction is. What you truly believe yourself to be is what you become. Imagine your thoughts as a guiding force, and when you see it like that, you really start to realize these negative beliefs don't serve you. Instead, they serve to destroy you. And I know people like to be realistic, but what does realistic really mean when you can't generalize things? And what I mean by this is, you will hear something like, this group is bad, or that thing is bad, but if you face it in its entirety, then the idea of it being completely based in reality falls flat on its face. Let's be real, most things aren't bad in their entirety, so you can't hate the entirety. Being hateful is a cope. Wait, who is that guy? He looks kind of familiar.
Well, I got some good news and some bad news. That was you if you just guided yourself where you wanted to go, but you lived in fear and now it's too late.
how do I go back and fix this?
You can't, you can only go forward.
And now we have the bad actors, which is generally a person who acts in bad faith, starting with the OnlyFans advertisers. And I'm talking about the people who spam their stuff all over social media and spam bots at the direct messages that contain inappropriate content that ends up landing in minors' DMs. And let's be honest, exposing yourself to them digitally isn't really that far removed from doing it IRL, so feel free to argue against this since I'm not responding, since we both know what you are. But it would be great if you'd like to expose yourself on a public forum.
There's nothing wrong with what I do.
You know, last time I checked, preying on people who are troubled is generally unethical.
My fans are not damaged.
Do you really think watching your content is how they hope their life would turn out? Like, really? Come on. And here is the lowest of the low, scammers. Their targets are mentally challenged people such as children and old people. You'll see them in advertisements.
Yo, Mr. Beast here, giving away free money. Trust me, it's totally legit, not a scam at all.
Yo, I'm talking here. Anyways, you'll even see them in the comment section, DMs, and remember everyone, never run an unknown exe file or log into something through a link sent to you. It's best practice to not click any unknown links, to be honest. Hello?
Yeah, is this Dave?
Yup, that's me.
Alright, great. Your account has been frozen and we need you to transfer everything to a new one.
Okay, but perfect. I'm at the hospital waiting room for my cancer treatment, so I have time.
Perfect.
Now to the most heated people, the ones with the short fuse. Have you ever been at a red light and the second it turns green the dude behind you is honking? This is exactly the moment you realize that person in a multi-ton vehicle behind you is truly unhinged. And this is particularly to blame on society, since there's always this emphasis on having to go. In a lot of cultures we are always rushing, which is not how life was meant to be lived in my humble opinion. Never stopping to appreciate the world. Get out of the way, idiot! Now that's what I call instant karma. And if you've ever worked at a fast food place, there's a good chance you'll know about this one. The ones to flip out on low-wage workers. And to be completely truthful, generally these people are stressed from a bunch of other things, and the most minor inconvenience is what sets them off. I wouldn't take it personally.
I'm taking the kids and never coming back.
Well, I guess I should just grab some food to cheer myself up. I don't know what else to do.
A few moments later.
Never forget my chicken tenders!
Now listen here, cause I'ma tell you my biggest peeve against humanity as a whole. The violent ones. Violence is never the answer, and in my eyes, violence is a tool of the unintelligent. I tell you what, especially unprovoked. This includes war. I mean really, all it leads to is death, mental illness, and suffering. But at the end of the day, we have to admit, we love violence. I mean, look at the popular video games, movies, sports, and even music. Definitely not the most comfortable reality to face, but hey, that's life. You know, I'm just a fighter at the end of the day. But the harder I hit, the louder the crowd gets. They love to see the pain being inflicted. And oftentimes the damage is real, and we call this a show. But I'll tell you, when in the ring, it doesn't feel like one. Now the ones that don't live in reality. Unfortunately, I see this a lot nowadays. I think it has something to do with too much screen time. An example of this would be the whole victim blaming argument. Of course, something bad happening to someone is never a good thing, but at a certain point, you gotta realize the only thing you control is yourself and your surroundings. So trying to say something outside your control shouldn't do said bad thing isn't a good solution. This right here is pretty much the equivalent of this. Alright, time to cliff dive, let's do this. Yo, why'd the Earth not put a lake below me? This is not fair, the Earth should have done that. And here we are with the main characteristic that makes someone unintelligent, being closed-minded. The problem with this is your intellect will only reach as far as your worldview. And seeing how you're only a single person, I'd assume out of the billions of perspectives out there, yours is probably not perfect, so you severely limit yourself this way.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Well, it's possibly true since what you measure peak standard of existence as might not be the same as I measure it. It might be completely two different things. So let me ask you, what's the goal of life to you?
Pleasure.
Now I get it. I see most forms of pleasure as a form of desire that inherently causes suffering, so it's one of those things you won't understand unless you see it from my eyes.
As if. Also the videos over by lads.
And go ahead and leave a like and feel free to click this video right here.